everyone, Melissa here. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing and first impressions of Rosalind dip powder from Amazon. They contacted me and asked me if I could do a little bit of a review of their powders, so I said, hey, why not? This is a 12 color set, and I will be opening these up so we can see what colors they come with. I'm honestly not really sure. I remember looking at the website. I got these about a month ago, and with everything I've had going on in my life, just haven't been able to get to them yet, so this is long overdue. And I'm excited to see them. So I've got swatch sticks here. I'm not going to put you all through the time-consuming process of swatching every color, but I will swatch them and then show you all of them swatched, show you the powder, and then we'll see what we like. I got with it, they gave me this little dusting brush, which is really cute. Just a cute little dust brush. And a file, so 100-180 grit file. I don't know if this comes normally with the kit. I will take a look at that and say for sure if it does in the description below, but that's what I got with these, and they're cute. So I'm going to start by opening the first box. See how the back says, oh, it's basically instructions for application. There we go, nails are good for something. Okay, so it looks like this kit comes with maybe this is clear or white, I'm not sure. There are no color names on it, they're just numbers. Maybe gray. Ooh, throwing dip. Looks like a black. It's here like that. Some kind of glitter shimmer, maybe silver. Maybe the gold, I think, and a pink glitter. It already looks like it has a kind of dense consistency, kind of like slightly moist. Like, I know a lot of people hate that word, but a little bit of moisture in there. I'm not sure. I'll have to see when we open and swatch it. Then levels of pink. Oh yay, pink, my favorite. So a light pink here. I do like some pinks, don't get me wrong, I do. I'm generally not a pink girl. These pinks look okay. They're more of the peachy tone. This is a very pinky pink. Definitely not my style, but it's still pretty. Red. This looks to be some kind of a... I'm not gonna open this because I gotta know. Some kind of a mauve rosy shimmer. That's actually pretty. And a purple. All right, I'm gonna kind of open these up and we're gonna look at the powder consistency and just kind of what the colors look like from inside the jar. So once again, I'm not sure if this is a white or a clear. I guess we'll find out when we swatch. This appears to be a gray. I'm gonna say, oh, kind of a bluish gray, maybe. The lid looks a little blue here, or the cover looks a little blue here, but the powder looks gray, so we'll see. Let's swatch. This appears to be black. And I'm interested to see the coverage on that. Then it looks like we're just in our basic metallics for glitter. So this appears to be like a basic spread of colors. Like a good beginner set, kind of. Yeah, definitely silver glitter here. A gold glitter, I'm assuming, for that. Oh, this has gold and pink. maybe. It looks like it has gold and pink in it. We'll see when we swatch that. This is the one I said the consistency looks a little off. Looks kind of thick and dense, you know, like if a little bit of water gets in the powder and it kind of sticks to itself. That's how this one looks. And it's just a nice like rosy pink glitter, but we'll see how it swatches. A nice pale, kind of peachy nude pink. Yeah, this one didn't have a cover on it. Okay. Oh, it's inside the lid maybe. Another kind of peachy pink. There are weird, I don't know if that's the powder. I don't know. We'll see if it has chunks when I dip them. This straight up pink, 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 pink. Red. It's a pretty good red. Nice red. And this one we already opened and looked at. It's looks like a mauve, almost like it looks like a shimmer, but then the powder doesn't, so we'll see. And then this purple, which is actually a really pretty purple. But I'm going to take a moment. I will swatch these and I will come back to show you the color and give you some feedback on how they work. Okay, so I'm back from swatching. I did 3 dips on every solid because I know that most of us do at least 3 dips with the colors, and I did 2 dips on every glitter, mostly to check for how good the glitter coverage is, I guess. That, plus I only usually do 2 dips of glitter and the rest I do a clear. And then I actually did on the black, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you this because I was pleasantly surprised with the coverage of the black dip for this powder. I didn't expect it to be a pretty full coverage single coat. I went ahead and dipped a separate swatch one time in the black to show what the coverage on, you can only see through it in a teeny tiny spot right there. The rest of it is a very good coverage for a black, so I will give it that. The white, a little bit chalky. Again, I didn't file buff anything with any of these swatches. I just dipped them 3 times. See, I'm a mess. Dipped them 3 times and then top coated them. I used a gel top coat. So you can see the white, not too bad, a little lumpy. It was a little bit chalky. Definitely not the best white I've worked with, but not awful. It's definitely usable. The gray, I actually love this gray. You can see how clean that swatch is. It went on really nice and clean. It's a beautiful shade of gray, and I can definitely see wearing this a lot. As I said before, the black came out really nice. I'm not sure about staining as I have not put it on my hands yet, but overall as a black, it's very nice black. The silver glitter coverage was pretty good. It is slightly see-through, which is okay because it can be used as a topper. It's not too bad, but that's only 2 dips. A 3rd dip would probably be full coverage. The same with this gold, which is like a gold and pink glitter mix. It has just that tiniest hint of pink glitter in it. The first coat was definitely very splotchy. I'm gonna say like half of it almost had no glitter on it, whereas the top half had more. So, but a second dip pretty much evened it out okay. Again, it's a little see-through, but not too bad. The pink, as I said, this powder was pretty dense. It's almost as though moisture got in it, but it still dipped pretty well. It had good coverage. And really once it was on, you couldn't tell that it had been strange, and it's a pretty pink color. This is one of my favorites, honestly. I know I'm not a pink person, but this is kind of like a peachy nude pink, and it's really pretty. And it went on really well for a pink. I was surprised. Light pinks can be very difficult. This one was a little bit darker, almost the same shade, kind of a peachy pink, and this one was a little bit chalkier than the other one was. So you can see, I don't know if you can see that the coverage is just kind of splotchy with 2 dips, but that's not too bad. Again, this one a little lumpy, just a little bit, but not awful. Could have been worse. I really like this red. It's a really, really good true red, and it went on smoothly. So I would definitely use this. This one came out far more brown than I had expected it to. I honestly thought it was going to be kind of a mauve, which it is a little bit, but it definitely pulls more to the brown side. I'm not sure where I live with this one. It's definitely like the falliest color, I guess, of all of them, and considering it's fall and people like fall colors, it's not too bad. And this purple I love. I mean, I love this shade of purple. I never thought that I would be a person that when getting a kit of colors would kind of like the purple the most, because I've never been a huge purple person, but this is a pretty unique purple, and it's really, really pretty, and it went on really nicely. So now I have to think about which colors I would like to put on, because I do think I'm going to go ahead and change my mani into some of these. So I'm going to think about that for just a minute, soak off, prep my nails, and I will come back and we will try some of these colors on the nail. Okay, so I'm back. I've soaked off. I have prepped my cuticles, stuff like that, and I'm going to start dipping. The colors that I've picked out are D103, which is this gray. I just love this gray so much. D109, which is this light peachy pink nude, and then I'm going to do it with this silver, which is D133. And hopefully this looks good. I love the colors together. It's a very delicate kind of wintry look. It's not quite winter here yet, but it's okay. We're gonna go with it. So I'm going to just finish, I'm just filing the cuticle area here to help prevent lifting, and then we'll get into dipping. I'm gonna use my prep bond on the natural nail to dry it out. I have a little bit of my black dip still left on that thumb. And yes, I do have a tea bag on there again. I'm trying to have that baby hang on for dear life. I don't want to lose her. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to do gray, gray, pink, pink, and then silver here, and maybe a little vertical ombre onto these guys with it. And we'll start with the gray. And we'll see how it dips onto the nail. Because everybody who has swatched and dipped knows that dip often goes on the nail differently than it will go on a swatch. So this is the real test. All right, that powder's actually pretty soft. I think it's the finest powder I've used, but it's not bad. The pigment ratio, it's not very saturated. The coverage is not very opaque, but that's okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up. I'm gonna do 2 more full dips on each nail and then see how thin our dip looks. Okay, so that's a pretty smooth application. Not going to take too much buffing, so can't really complain. We're going to move on to the pink. Okay, I think it's partially the shape of this jar. I like to lay my nail in, but I can't really do that because this is a thinner, deeper jar. So I kind of have to push in a little bit instead of just laying in. So it's bunching my liquids a little bit, but it's all right. Not gonna lie, right now this looks a little bit like silly putty on my nail. I'm sure that'll work itself out. Yeah, this color doesn't go on really smooth. It goes on a little bit lumpy, bumpy, chalky, but it's not, definitely not the worst I have worked with. As long as it buffs down well, it's not too bad. Then finally we're going to do D103, which is the silver here. Then once I dip this and then a dip of clear over the top, I'm going to then we're gonna file everything, and then we're gonna do some vertical ombres after. See, it's a very pretty silver, just a slight sheer coverage for that first coat, which can be really pretty. You're dipping it over something, you can still see a little bit of the color underneath, which I really like. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple dips of clear over the top of this, just so I can file it nicely on the top to maintain the apex. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and activate these and let that dry, and then file them up nice and smooth. And then we'll get to the rest of the design. I can say right now, this file, I'm having some trouble with it. This is the first time I've used it on dip, and it appears to be transferring color. It appears to be putting some black into my pink. So I'm gonna switch over to a different file, but just so you know, if you're thinking about getting this, I don't know that that's a good idea. I've got to try and get the black off of that. Okay, so filing is done, and they look really nice. They look clean. I think the colors look pretty good. We'll see when we top coat, but I'm gonna go ahead and do just a little bit of a vertical ombre coming off of this nail onto this side and this side of this one. So to prep my nail, to prepare my nail for this vertical ombre, let me grab the color I'm using first. That's it, okay. I'm just gonna tap so that the glitter is at the top, since this is a glitter that has a little bit less of it in the powder itself. Tapping it will bring the glitters more to the top, hopefully. What I'm gonna do is put a layer of base down on the nail and let that dry. Now, once again, the reason I do this is because since there is activator in the lower layers of dip, it will cause our first layer of base that we put on there to dry very quickly, which will give us not a lot of time to work with doing the ombre effect. So by putting this layer down, this one will dry quickly, and then the next one you put down will take longer to dry, and you will have time to work with the ombre. For this, I'm just using, it's a blending brush, eyeshadow brush that I got out of my Ipsy bag. I'll be using that for the ombre today. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the base down on the nail here. It doesn't have to go all the way over to the other side because we aren't putting glitter there. I'm gonna put my nail facing sideways here so that the side I want the glitter on is facing upwards. I'm gonna get some of the glitter on the brush and fold it over and tap onto the nail. Okay, it's just a very, very gentle, because it is not a super heavy glitter. It's just gonna give a really light effect. Actually, I really like it. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing over here. This nail. Hold it this really, really awkward direction and do the same thing coming from this side. Okay, and now I'm going to just brush off the excess here. See if I missed any spots. If you wanted to have a little bit heavier glitter concentration toward the side, which I kind of do, I'm actually going to open this back up here and put some base just in the spot where I want a little more glitter, so all the way over the very side, just right here. And I'm going to sprinkle more glitter on in both nails. I want the glitter concentration right by the side wall to be a little bit heavier. Just going to brush that off a bit. Going to come in here. Just want to take some of that glitter off. Got too heavy right in the center, so I was gonna file some little pieces, just kind of file in there and pull some pieces off and make it a little bit thinner right there in the center. All right, I'm just gonna do a layer of base over this. I don't want to do a layer of clear just because the glitter is not a thick glitter, but I do want to do a layer of base to kind of encapsulate, and then I can gently buff it and file the edges here before we top coat. And once that's dry, I'm just going to shape around the edges again, around the sides, buff smooth, activate, and top coat everything. Okay, now while these might not be the absolute best powders I've used as far as consistency goes, they, especially these colors, really are beautiful. I mean, other than this nail that ended up with black splotches on it because of the file, the rest of these, the color came out really nice, smooth, consistent. They buffed really easily. I didn't have any problems with these colors I used. Now, as for the entire kit, my thoughts. This kit runs around $32, $33 on Amazon. And for 12 colors they're in 0.34 fluid ounce jars. They are not full to the top, so I'm assuming they're about 1/4 ounce each. It's really a great deal. I mean, $32, $33 for 12 colors. And there are some good colors on here. There are some staple colors. There's a decent white, a really solid black, some solid staple glitter colors to go with any kind of design. I really do think that this this kit is most certainly worth the money. I would look into buying more of the kits if there were more of them, for sure. But if you found this helpful at all, or if you have suggestions of other powders you'd like me to try out, feel free to let me know. I would just avoid their file. That's my one suggestion. Avoid their file, because it does, the black comes off onto the powder, so you definitely don't want that. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to talking to you guys if you join my Discord. It's still pretty slow because it's brand new, but I'm excited to get to know some people in there. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this today, and I will see you next time. Thank you.